The biggest week in gaming has come and gone. The Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3, is where video games come to shine. The newest games, hardware, and accessories are on display for gamers of all ages to come and enjoy. And here to tell us about the biggest things to come out of E3 2016 is Senior Product Reviews Analyst for Tom's Guide and Laptop Mag, Sam Rutherford. Sam, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well, thanks. So tell us some of the high points of the conference for you.
This E3 was kind of weird because, a lot of people were expecting that it would be a little bit of a smaller show because big names like Disney and Activision had pulled out of the show floor. But, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo didn't let down. Microsoft announced not one but two new consoles. One's coming in August, and then another one's coming next year, which is, slated to be super powerful. PlayStation and Sony had a really incredible lineup of games, and Nintendo came with, the way Nintendo always does, with some first-party great titles in the form of Zelda.
So while we didn't get the Nintendo NX announcement, some of those games that were announced for Nintendo seemed super awesome. Are there any specifically that you're excited about?
Yeah, so not only is Pokemon Sun and Moon for the 3DS coming out in the fall, but, I got to go back to Zelda because that game, they had teased it before, but I don't think anyone was really prepared for how rich, how immersive, how just deep that game is. You can climb, you can craft. There's even shots of Link doing a snowboard maneuver, riding on a shield. I really don't think that, people were expecting that Nintendo would elevate Zelda to this level.
So one of the other big presentations was Sony's. Sony is kind of being touted as one of the best presentations of the conference. What about that presentation kind of stood out to you?
The whole production was amazing. They had a live orchestra in the auditorium, and on top of that, they really focused on games. They had the return of Hideo Kojima, which was awesome. It's great seeing him back in games, and now that he's working on something new, it kind of feels like he's untethered, he's unhinged. And Death Stranding looked like a really wild, really crazy game, and it's something that only Kojima can deliver. They also showed off a new Spider-Man game, which we haven't had a true Spider-Man game in a long time, so I'm very excited to see that. And on top of that, they also have PlayStation VR coming out in the fall. And then, they showed off Resident Evil 7 with PlayStation VR. So, they have a really incredible lineup of games coming up.
So there are some amazing game announcements made, but in terms of hardware, Microsoft announced Project Scorpio. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about what that is and kind of what it might do for the future of gaming?
Right, absolutely. So Scorpio is Microsoft's secret console. It's slated to come out in late 2017. And, with that, we could see not only the end of the console cycle as we know, we're not going to have this generational thing because this new Project Scorpio will play all your current Xbox One games, but it also has the power to do 4K resolution at 60 FPS on top of powering whatever VR solution that Microsoft has coming in the next year. So that's really, really crazy, and it kind of shifts the narrative of, people see Microsoft as being the underpowered console right now. The Xbox is a little bit weaker than the PlayStation 4. But with Project Scorpio, if it lives up to its claims, it could blow Sony out of the water.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Was there anything that kind of underwhelmed you about it?
About the show in general?
About the show in general.
I think people were saying that on the show floor, the hall felt a little bit empty. So, that's never a good thing. We always want to see, a big, lively E3. I was a little disappointed in Microsoft's game lineup because, they had a few predictable sequels, like Gears of War 4, Dead Rising 4. And, I kind of wanted to see more games titles, more original things, sort of like Horizon has with on Sony.
Is there anything that you're personally really excited about that you saw at the conference?
I think I really have to go back to Death Stranding with Kojima. I know it's early, but, the trailer for that looked incredible. And Zelda, I think Zelda right now is the game of E3 because, the Wii U's kind of in a tough position right now. It's kind of on its way out with the NX, like they said. And they didn't talk about it, but they still came really strong with Zelda. And I think that's going to be the must-buy system of the 2017 when it comes out.
Awesome. Well, Sam, thank you so very much. Be sure to follow Sam on Twitter @SamRutherford. For Fox Gamer, I'm Rebecca Simon.